Hi friends. Today we're going to talk about math, and we're going to start talking about some bigger numbers that are bigger than 10 and go all the way up to 100. And what we're learning about today is called place value. Place value means the different numbers in the different places, or digits, like 21 has a 2 and a 1, and those are called digits. So before we get started, I need you to get some stuff that you can use for counting today. So look at the pictures here and think about what you might be able to use to do some counting. Maybe you could get a handful of beans. Maybe you could get a bunch of pennies, maybe some cereal, maybe some marbles. What's something you have in your house that you could grab a big handful of and use for counting? You're also going to need somewhere to put those things that you're counting. It might work to put them on a plate. Maybe you could get 2 different plates. Maybe you have some little cups that you could use. Maybe you have some rubber bands and you could put them inside the rubber bands to make groups of 10. Or maybe you could just use a piece of paper and you could make some lines on there so you could make groups. So before we go any farther, make sure you have something you can count and somewhere you can count it. You can press pause on the video while you go and get your supplies. Ready? Okay, so we have something to count and somewhere to count it. Here we go. Today we're going to be learning about place value. So we've already started learning about this in the classroom when we used to do our calendar routine. Remember how we used to count our straws? And when we got a bundle of 10, what did we do with those 10 straws? We put them together in a bundle, and that bundle is called a 10. So you can see in the picture here I have some straws by themselves, those are ones, and here I have a bundle of 10. And when we talk about place value, we call those ones and tens. Place value, ones, tens, and even hundreds. Now in first grade, we are only going to get up to 100, maybe 120. But when you get into second grade, you'll start learning about thousands and 100,000s and even a million. So the first thing we're going to do today is watch a video about place value. And then when we're done with this video, I'll tell you what to do with the supplies that you've gathered. Here we go.
Understanding place value allows us to compare two-digit numbers. We're going to practice organizing linking cubes into tens and ones to compare the amount. I wonder how many cubes will fit in my scoop. Dev's first scoop had 28 cubes. Dev's second scoop had 32 cubes. Dev grouped the cubes from his first scoop by tens and ones. 28 has 2 groups of 10 and 8 ones. Dev then grouped the cubes from his second scoop by tens and ones. 32 has 3 groups of 10 and 2 ones. Dev compared his first scoop to his second scoop to see which was greater. 28 has 2 tens. 32 has 3 tens. 2 tens is less than 3 tens. 32 is greater than 28. Now it's your turn to scoop and compare. How to play scoop and compare. Scoop a pile of counters and organize them into groups of tens and extra ones. Scoop a second pile of counters and organize them into groups of tens and extra ones. Figure out which pile has a greater number of counters. Continue. We use tens and ones to help us compare quantities. Understanding place value allows us to compare two-digit numbers.
Okay, friends, we're going to try exactly what they showed us in the video, but you're going to use your materials that you have at home. So the first thing you're going to do is scoop out a handful of whatever you gathered, your beans or your buttons or your marbles or your cereal. And then you're going to try to make it into groups of 10. You'll have groups of 10 and some ones. That's your number. Try to write the number. Then take another scoop. Organize it into groups of 10s and some ones. Figure out what number you've got and then see if you can decide which number is bigger. Pause the video now and give it a try. Now that we're back, let's think about how to write those numbers that you just made. If I scooped out a group of 3 10s and 7 1s, I would have the number 37. See if you can write the numbers of things that you just scooped out. Let's learn a little bit more about how to write the big numbers that we're practicing today. We're going to watch another video about place value.
Welcome to Kids Academy.
When we look at a number like 35, each digit in this number has its own value. There is a number in the ones place and a number in the tens place. Let's have a closer look at each number to see its true value. The ones place is furthest to the right. The number in the ones place always equals itself. In our number 35, the 5 is in the ones place. Its value is just that, 5. It is represented by the 5 ones cubes. The next place over is the tens place. The number in the tens place is always 10 times the value the number shown. It's like counting by tens to the number you see. In our number 35, the 3 is in the tens place. We can find its value by counting by tens 3 times. Let's try it. 10, 20, 30. The value of the 3 is 30. Another trick you can remember is to just put a 0 at the end of the number. The 3 in 35 is represented by the 3 tens blocks, which equals 30. In the number 26, the 6 is in the ones place and the 2 is in the tens place. The 6 is worth just 6, which is represented by 6 cubes. The 2 is worth 20 because it is in the tens place and is represented by the 2 long tens blocks. You can count by tens using the base 10 blocks or just count in your head. 10, 20. I'll leave you with a challenge. Can you tell the value of the digits in the number 52? What is the value of the 5? What is the value of the 2? I'll give you some time to think, but if you need more time, you can pause the video and answer when you're ready. Okay, here's the answer. The 2 is in the ones place, so it's just worth 2. The 5 is in the tens place, so we'll have to count by tens 5 times. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. The value of the 5 is 50. Remember to look at the place the digit is in before you decide the value of that number. Thanks for watching, boys and girls. See you next time.
Subscribe to our channel to stay updated on new videos. Find links to
Uh-oh, friends, I got stuck there for a minute. So did that help you understand how to write our big numbers? Think about what is represented by the first number and what is represented by the second number. Today, it's going to be your turn to practice writing big numbers and thinking about place value. So when you're finished with this video, you're going to go to Seesaw and you're going to practice representing numbers in the different places. You can see on this worksheet, there's going to be a number on a clipboard, and it's your job to color in how many tens and how many ones. You're going to write the number of tens. What does that represent? The number of ones, and then add it together to make the total number. You're going to find this activity in Seesaw. Let me show you what it looks like. Here's the activity. It's called Place Value Party. And be careful when you're doing this activity. There's actually 2 pages for you to complete. So you're going to use your drawing tools to color it in. Use the drawing tool. I think that's easiest to also write the numbers and show me what the number is all together. All right, friends, before we go, I want to show you one last video, and this one is a song. I think you're going to like it, and if you start to recognize it, you can even sing along with it a little bit. In this song, we're going to learn some more about place value, but they're actually going to be singing about big numbers. They're going to go all the way up to 1,000. In first grade, we really only need to go up to 100, but you might like seeing what those big numbers look like. Are you ready? Here we go.
Picking pairs, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's all that fit inside the ones place value line. So I picked another pair and made a group of 10 that fit into a bag perfectly even. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I had to keep picking pairs of hunger I had to feed. So I picked another 10, and that led to one group of 100. The pair bumped me on the head, and I said, 10 ones make 10. 10 groups of 10 are 100. 10 hundreds make 1,000. The pattern never ends. I rode my bike 1 whole mile, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and in a little while, another mile made one group of 10. A little voice inside my head said, keep going, I know you can. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I never knew I had so many miles inside me. The end of my trip was coming up ahead. I rode 10 more miles and reached 100. Then that little voice inside my head said, 10 ones make 10. 10 groups of 10 are 100. 10 hundreds make 1,000. The pattern never ends. After the bell rang at 8 o'clock, I started playing with my base 10 blocks. I stacked up 9, and then one more made 10, and then 10 tens equaled 100.
That was fun. I hope you liked singing that song. So just to remind you, friends, here's what you have to do today. When you're done watching this video, go to Seesaw and find the assignment where you get to practice showing me everything you learned about place value today. Also, if you look under the video today, I included a link for mindfulness, and we're going to find our friend Miss Fatima showing us how to do some relaxing breaths today. Let's do one relaxing breath together. Inhale in and out. That was lots of learning. I'm excited to see what you learned on your assignments in Seesaw, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, friends.